let me show you my crib. Okay, so there is LTE antenna designed for the yachts, so perfect for the van. 500 watt solar power panels with the PVC underneath. That means you can stand on it, lay down on it, just have like a, I don't know, sun bathing spot. And the cables go downstairs. Obviously we installed the reverse camera, and we have two fantastic fans. So let's see what's currently brewing inside the van. Let's start from the back. I will start with electricity. So we saw the rear view camera. Here inside we've also hidden like a beeper, so when in reverse it beeps like a proper truck. Yeah, so people pay more attention when you're reversing, and it's important because you don't see like nothing in the back. If the kid goes underneath the tires, you wouldn't see the kid. So the solar panel goes from the top and enters here. This is a controller. It controls how much power goes to the battery, how much power goes to the rest of the car for the usage, and also converts the solar random voltage into static one that can really charge the batteries. So this obviously is connected to the fuse box, all labeled, and all the cables from the fuse box goes into the side of the van and around the van everywhere. Then this is a battery charger. It's like a backup solution in case there is no solar panel, or I'm just parking in the building but I still want to live with it and I have an access to external power. I can just connect external power to it. It will charge the batteries. Batteries will be used then to use the power around. And we also have the inverter, 4000 watt Sinus Pro Plus, I think that's how it's called. Basically really powerful inverter to have a 240 volts in the car for standard sockets. Also, although most things I'm trying to connect with 12 volts. So in the garage space we have, this is a switch for the light, and we have USBs with also the switch. This is just a nice switch in case you connect something here, you leave it there and you just don't want to use more energy, you just can flip the switch. Goes the same for the lighter sockets. Always useful to have too much sockets, right? So electricity is done. We're basically done with electricity. Nothing more to do here. So let's enter from the other side. So a bunch of cables and electricity goes in here because we need cables for the bathroom, we need cables for the front lights, and then some switch that's here and will be there is also controlling the front light. So if you enter the van, there will be switch here, you press it and the lights turn on and off. I mean, this will use this remote, but in case you forgot the remote, you can always use the manual switch. What's cool, we finished with the bed, and the bed is really strong because it has like 4 pillars, two in front and 2 in the back. And underneath, that's literally just IKEA bed I had at home. I mean, it's like one of the best IKEA beds. Like the thingy underneath here, it's one of the best that IKEA has. The really good mattress, not from IKEA, somewhere else, don't remember, bought in Berlin. And even we have awesome reading lamp. With such a cool feature because it has USB, as you can see, there is USB content underneath it. So like this area, you can move in, right? You can sleep already. You have electricity. I bought an electricity for my MacBook, so that's like I ordered it from German Amazon. It's USB-C charger, but it's like 90 watt charger, and 90 watt is like the highest, the most powerful charger Apple currently is selling, together with the 15-inch MacBooks Pros, and this is the MacBook I have. Anything below 90 watts, like I think I'm using 70 sometimes at home. I have like a 71, not the original one. Sometimes it happens that MacBook's using more power than the charger can deliver. So it was really important for me to not only find USB-C, it's just not like USB-C means nothing. What you need to find is USB-C with enough of watts to power your device. Varies per the device, maybe you don't need such strong one as I did. This is 120 20 watt total, because the USBs on the sides, the USB 2 or like, yeah, 2, 3, it doesn't matter. So this classic USBs, they also have, they're pretty strong here. So I'm happy with the choice of buying it, and the advantage is that now I'm using 12 volts, so I'm not having so much inefficiencies. If I would be going through the inverter to then convert the power to 90 watts 20 volts USB-C charger from Apple, there'll be like a lot of inefficiencies. This way I'm saving as much power as I can. I'm just the juice, I'm like using the most juice I can. So as you can see, the power is done. There is nothing more to talk about. We also connected this is a repeater, LTE repeater. So how it works, the antenna you saw on the top exits here. I mean, it looks really dirty, I need to fix it. I didn't have a different idea back then. I will be redoing this stuff. So the cable goes into the repeater, and the repeater exits, emits this another new signal, LTE signal, with this small antenna. And this way, when you're in the van in its Faraday cage, because it's all metal, right? So it's literally Faraday cage. When you're inside, you have a LTE signal for work. There will be a desk here, and I'm really waiting till I'm done with the desk, because then I could sit, I could work with my MacBook already, I could sleep. That means I can start making maybe some smaller trips, because I have a power, I have a sleep area, I have a fan, so even if it's summer, it's pretty nice when the sun blows on you. So there is place to sleep, there is a power, you can eat outside, you can shower outside. Yeah, good for the first trip. Did I miss something? Fans? We have these two fans I mentioned, they're pretty cool, with the rain sensor, so you can just leave them open for the night. This one is set up currently to output the wind, the air. This one is inputting the air. So this way there is nice circulation. So, well, now in the summer when you're lying there, everything is closed, the outside air is blowing on you, and it's like a really cool feeling. And then it exits here. And with the rain sensor, if it starts raining at the night, it will close automatically. Maybe wake you up, I don't know. So that's like the back of the car. Still a lot to do. For example, installing the water tanks underneath. I also have a heater ready to be installed. There will be shower to be built here, which will take some time. And so you also need like to move the water around with the pipes. The kitchen, so fridge and the oven, they both need LPG gas. That means underneath the car I need to install LPG. I need to finish isolation, so we're isolating with the pier foam. As you could see on the top there's like 5 centimeters here. Then like this area is 3 centimeters firm, just to save as much as you can. Like every centimeter counts. So this bed is 140 width, and you sleep from there till here. I'm 180, so I wanted to save every tiny bit of centimeter. So as you can see from here, like if I would use 5 centimeters here, we would be 2 centimeters less here, and on the other side, that's 4 centimeters less. And like by even doing like one plywood for the whole thing here, there is like, I mean, 3-4 centimeters saved, because the metal here is coming out further than this after isolation already. So what I did, I've split it in multiple pieces. So this part, so this is one plywood here, and it's like put inside of the bezels with isolation already. That gave me a few more centimeters. And as it turned out, from this point till this point, I'm having like 882 centimeters, and from here till here is 186. Me being 180, that's perfect. Like I can stretch my legs and I don't hit the sides. So I'm really happy how it turned out. From the IKEA bed, the only thing we had to cut out, like there were like 3 more of these there. We just cut them out and screw everything together. Works perfectly. The mattress we were not cutting, mattress compressed by itself. It's 20 centimeters too much for it. You just force it and it works. Let me show you the cabin, because like living in the van is one thing. I have a gym outside. Living in the van is one thing, but also you'll be driving it a lot, right? So let me take the keys. This is the water port when you need to put in more water for your tanks, which I don't have yet. Or the tanks. The output for this water we were testing today. the output I just mounted. So the cabin, classic chairs, red ones, nothing really to say about it. What I added is the proper car radio with the touch screen and Apple CarPlay. That allows me to have a nice navigation directly there, and I can control it, so it's safer for me to drive. It's easier to control the music from my phone, to play the music from my phone. I installed this. This is from like the tractors, John Deere tractors, and it's really so nice when you navigate in tight spots or even on the parking place and you need to do a lot of turns. This is a perfect thing. It was like 20 euros. You can get one for 5, but I guess the quality will be worse. I like how it feels my hand. I used it a few times already. Totally recommend. One plan C about the power issue. So you saw we have a solar panels, right? Somewhere there on the top. And we have like this battery charger, but what would be cool is that if you're using this car, it's generating power. It has alternator, so it generates power to charge your car batteries, which are hidden underneath there. And what would be cool is to also charge your leisure batteries in the back, the two you saw, with the car. The problem though is that you don't want to be in a situation where you forget some LED lights in the back, and it can happen. Like, I sometimes just leave stuff open, you just forget that something is running, and here you have limited amount of power, especially during night or winter. So it may happen that you totally deplete these batteries. You should never ever, and there will be alerts from the controller, but it may happen. And in this case, when you're like in the middle of nowhere, that can be problematic. Like, what will you do? And just connecting the car batteries together with the other batteries, that means that this battery will also be depleted, and then you will not be able to even start the car. So you don't want that. What you want is to have these batteries only send the power to the back batteries when they're full, or when they're getting more power than they need. And it's called split charger controller. I found it on some website, and I bought it and installed by myself. Yeah, I don't think you will see something here. So this in the back is split charger controller. It has connection from both batteries, leisure one and the car one, and this diode here that it's off currently is indicator if it's passing through the power. So it has few levels you can configure. Like, you can say if it's above 13 volts that this battery is like sending out, then start sending the power to the back batteries. And there is even, you could see even the cables I used. So here we have the cables that go to the back of the car to connect the battery. And it's really useful, because if you somehow end up without the batteries, the car will start because this batteries will be full. Once you start the car, you can drive or just wait. The back batteries will also charge with the car. And that's something you want to have as a backup solution, because that means you have kind of like a diesel generator connected to the whole system here. Yeah, so that was it. I forgot to mention the doors also isolated. That was one of the first things I isolated. The side door is also isolated if I close it. Yeah, that's the current progress. I will keep you updated.